It's live now. He just hit the button.
He just hit the button.
Yeah. If you tuned in last week, you heard me telling Benjamin that I didn't hear him say we were going live.
But I knew. So, and we're the same distance, almost the same distance apart. You might
seriously. I was
have
like
an inch or two.
I was like looking on Facebook. I was like, look at that. Gun Talk is live right now. Oh wait, that's us. How about that?
Yeah. We because we do it. Benjamin's a little bit more soft spoken, which is completely fine.
He's
but it's the quiet ones you have to worry about.
It's the calm underneath the storm or something like that.
Luke Capri has joined in. Hey, Luke, I don't know if you ever reached out to Boyd, but you should. They want to start an FPD survivors group.
That's a good idea.
Which man, we have had some killer guys. We've had some killers on this week. I mean,
they were some good stuff, man.
There was some shooting going on.
There's a lot of people getting shot
in some
FPD.
It's in some like real. I mean, we try to make it as real as possible, and we'll get to all of this. But it was more about like these were pulled directly from the headlines.
Yeah, real stories that happened. Then we said, well, let's do a first-person defender about it and see what happens. And see how we would train it differently and see how we can improve these folks.
Yeah.
So,
oh, yeah, and they did great.
YouTube's on. Facebook is on.
Hey.
Let's see what happens.
Today, we're proudly sponsored by Timney Triggers, the world's finest triggers.
Also, Sig Sauer. We haven't talked about this in a while, but you guys know they're an ammo company. If you're looking for ammo, you can go to sigsauer.com and click the little ammo button, and you can buy ammo on their website. They also sell components. So reloaders, if you want to buy bullets, that type of thing, you can buy it there. And then they also have got the new M400 Switchblade.
Yes, that you got to shoot.
I got to shoot that out in Wyoming. The M400 is one of their AR-15 families. The Switchblade is the pistol version with a little blade on the back of it, shoulder blade thing, brace thing.
It's a brace.
It's a brace. It's
used loosely.
It's pretty nice. It's a really nice gun. It's got some cool Cerakoting.
2-stage.
What's the grip? It's the little cane brake grip on it. It's
small.
It
is. It is. It's a little. It looks like very tactile.
Yeah,
so, yeah,
it's cool.
That's cool.
And then also Ruger. So the Max 9.
The Max 9, the LCP Max. That's
the LCP
the one
Max.
That's gotten a lot of
They're
people.
giving you more ammo in your gun. LCP Max. 10 rounds of 380 LCP in 1080 ACP
there
in an
you go.
LCP. Wow.
Yeah, you know me.
Yeah, you know me. If you're, born before Ben was born, you'll know what we were just talking about. Springfoot Armory also makes this show happen. We appreciate their support. Springfoot Armory is knocking it out of the park. All the variations of Hellcat.
They are coming into the optics arena.
Yep, they've got their Hex optics, the Wasp, and the Dragonfly. A couple different size, red dots.
And they
shake to wake.
They're stout.
They're stout.
Like that's what
they have a good look. They also have auto brightness adjustment, so it senses the brightness in the room and adjusts the brightness of the dot. And they fit all their guns, so that's pretty cool. And then we've got the July giveaway. Should we tell them what that is?
Oh, 100%.
The July giveaway. So if you go to guntalk.com/win, you are entered to win. It's called the Double Strike Giveaway, and it is the Rock Island Armory STK-100. But wait. I feel like Billy Mays. You could win. There's two different winners. Ammo, a pistol, striker fire pistol, 9mm ammo. We shot it. We liked it. The STK-100.
That's the one we did basically the blind shoot
blindfold
test on.
running thing.
It runs and it looks the part. I really, really do appreciate them. And that's their first striker fired pistol.
It is, and they say it's a metal gun because it's actually an aluminum frame.
Yes.
Metal gun for the price of polymer. It's a really nice shooting gun. So we've got everybody checking in here. We've got Thad, we got Steven, we got Paul in Illinois. We've got David Workman. Brought to you by viewers like you, like PBS. I got you. I'm with you. Aaron, welcome in. Man, good to be back. It's Friday. We made it, everybody.
And this is one that like we're actually like here together. Like
It's been a whirlwind few weeks. We've been between the two of us. We have been to Wyoming, Alaska, Florida, Georgia, and then
Michael's running up to Michigan now.
Michigan.
So we're going.
We're all over the place. Next week it's Arkansas.
Yeah.
So a lot going on.
Remington next week. We're going to be in Remington. Be ready for that. But hey, we have to announce our winner.
Oh yeah, we got a winner.
We've got a winner.
Cool.
We can't forget that.
Let's find out.
This
I like
winner
what he said too.
is,
I saw his comment. It's good.
Oh yeah, his comment's great. But it's Clint Chance. He really wants to own a cannon.
That's not his real name, is it? That's amazing.
That's what it is.
If that's his name, that should be like a movie name.
Oh yeah.
Detective Clint Chance is on the case. He won't rest
until
he
you're behind
finds
bars.
the killer.
But no, it was good, and he really wants a cannon, which I think we all should own cannons.
Yeah.
What if you were going to own a cannon? What type of cannon would you own?
Well, we were talking about this. I really, really want to buy a Gatling gun, which is not a cannon. But when we got into this cannon discussion, then I went down the rabbit hole of Gatling guns.
Yeah.
Dude, they have 9mm Gatling guns that are Glock magazine fed. They have 22 long rifle Gatling guns. And
That
then, of
would
course,
be fun.
if you're a baller, you get the gold 4570 Gatling gun.
Yeah.
But you got to be able to feed that bad daddy. That's a beast.
Yeah. Oh, especially nowadays.
But I've been with, we shot the bowling ball cannon over at FTW.
That's fun.
That makes a lot of sense to me because the ammo is not hard to get. You just go to an old bowling alley and ask for their bowling balls they're not using anymore.
I thought you were fixing to say.
No.
I
don't know who's talking
the
about.
frog was there. They just pulled it away real quick. You could just buy their bowling
balls. Yeah. What are you talking about?
Oh, it is Friday. So, we're going to go ahead. I think we should give these people a look into do you want to talk about my screw up or the Block 19?
You guys want to hear about KJ screwing up and what he did and broke some of his stuff?
They probably have already, if you subscribe to the newsletter, I wrote a piece about this. It's called The Fifth Rule of Gun Safety.
Yeah.
And typically there's only 4. But I learned a valuable one. And it covers a lot of different arenas. It can cover driving. It can cover, archery. It can cover firearms. But really,
tell them the rule.
The rule is mentally be there, nowhere else.
Which is really makes a lot of sense for today because we're all very distracted. Even hell, you're at dinner and everybody's got phones on the tables everywhere. It's like, dude, you're here.
Right.
Stop.
And that's what happened to me. I was sighting in my new bow. Getting ready for elk season, deer season, and how you sight in this particular sight, you go from 20 yards, you dial it in there, and then you walk back in 10-yard increments until you get to 60, and then you finish dialing in the bow at 60 yards. I had lost a couple arrows because of my target. My target was just shredding them, so I was like, you know what, I'm going to borrow Bill Flynn's target. He's been on FPD before, but I was like, you know what? He's got a giant target. I'm going to dial in there.
Couldn't possibly miss.
No, and that's it. And so just a better target. It is specifically designed for the sighting process.
So there I was.
Yeah.
Trying to shoot this bow.
At 30 yards, so I was already had my 20 dialed in.
Yep.
So at 30 yards, there was, I think I shot 18 shots there just to make sure. And then I walked it back to 40. I dialed it in there at 12 shots. I was back at 50. I think that I was 24 shots in there. By this time, my elbow was killing me. Just die. I mean, it still hurts.
Yeah.
And I'm cut here from the rope on my release. So from drawing back, it puts a lot of tension here, and so it's cut there. Yeah.
So then you had your dog running around.
Dog's running around. I'm getting text messages like I
phone's blowing up.
Phone's blowing up.
So you pull some arrows.
So leading up to it, the shot sequence went like this. I put 2 in the quiver, 2 arrows in the quiver, 1 on the rest. Set my bow down, looked at my phone. Oh, haha. Type, put it down, go back, draw in, and
find a good Giphy to respond
yeah,
with.
yes,
You know,
yeah. Take your mind off what you're doing. The next sequence, again, 60 yards. The dog, I've lost sight of the dog. I made sure he was over here, so okay, he's not completely downrange. I put 3 arrows in the quiver. See what I did there? And then he runs off. I pick up my bow. I look at my phone, and I go back. I draw, and I'm in the sight. And I see movement over here, and I was like, Giacomo, no. Yell at him, and then I loose the arrow. The only problem is
he released the arrow.
there was no arrow. And it was at that moment that, like, I mean, the bow.
Those of you who have been archery guys know that you cannot dry fire a bow.
No.
It will explode your bow.
I mean, there's a lot of things that could have happened. Thankfully, they didn't. You know, it's just, it was a very, because when something like that happens, you first, it's shock. I set it down on the tailgate, and I was like, oh my gosh, what happened? I even looked down range, like, where did that arrow go? I was worried.
You didn't realize.
I didn't realize at that point that I had even, and then it hit me. I looked down at my bow, and there's 3 arrows in the quiver.
Yeah.
And, I mean, stupid. But I mentally was checked out. I was hurting, I was sore, and I screwed up. And I'm going to pay for it. But, you know, hopefully what happened to me, our viewership and people who listen will take that into consideration when they're on the range.
And this same thing happens to people shooting guns. They get distracted.
Mm-hmm.
They don't think about what they're doing. They rack the slide. They take the magazine out to load it.
Yeah.
And then they pull the trigger. And actually, we had a conversation with somebody this week. He said, I almost shot my TV.
Yeah.
He said same thing in this conversation. I was distracted.
Yeah.
He did that. He racked the slide. He took the magazine out. He went to the TV to press.
And he was on the wall.
Wait a minute. Something's not right here.
He's like, wait a second.
Yeah. So he almost shot his TV.
But it's.
Now, important question. Corey Boudreaux
Oh, jeez.
says, how's your thumb? How's your thumb?
Oh, no. No, my thumb is okay, but Corey's thumb
Corey's
is still
thumb
injured.
is still, it's
I mean,
real
it's never
messed
going to
up.
be right. It's going to be like this all.
Yeah.
He's going to have a hammer thumb or something. But no, guys, like, man, mentally be there. And Tom and I had a great conversation about this. And I don't mind anybody sharing that. Anybody can share this story. Reach out to me. Tell me your stories.
This is like confession time.
It
All
is.
right, fine. I'll tell you this
No.
one time.
I don't mind telling it because if it helps someone, like, just
All right.
get there. Because everything was leading up to this was telling me, stop. The dog running around up there. Get that distraction out. Don't look at your phone. Put your phone in your truck.
Yeah.
Remove yourself from
Stop
it and
looking
be
at the
there.
phone.
Stop
Yeah.
looking at the phone.
Yep.
Your elbow's hurting. Stop shooting.
Yeah.
Like, but so anyway, let that be a lesson to all of us.
Your distraction device brought to you by Apple. Yeah.
Yeah. Who said that?
No, I just said that.
Oh, you just said that?
Yeah.
He's quick today. He's
So,
on it.
okay, so let's talk about the block.
The Block 19.
The Block 19 caused a little bit of an uproar this week. So
We actually have an image of it.
it's great. You're gonna love it. If you haven't seen it yet,
I mean, it looks cool.
it's the Block
Like,
19. So
I
describe
like it.
what they did.
So Culper Precision decided to kind of outfit a Glock 19 by kind of molding and gluing Lego parts.
So it
to the
is
gun.
a Glock 19
It
underneath
functions.
there.
Yeah.
And they made it look like it was put together with Legos. And everybody's cheering it around because you're like, that's
Well,
that's
yeah,
what we
that's
call
shareable.
shareable content right
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
And you go, that's super cool. I'm going to share this around. And I saw it before I even heard there was an uproar about
yeah.
it or whatever. But the Lego company,
And a lot of people, were up in arms about this. This is why kids like think guns are toys. Well, not in my house.
yeah.
Not in his house.
I mean, they do sell toy guns, right?
Yeah. What did you do growing up if you found a long stick laying on the ground?
You pretended it was a gun.
It was a gun.
That's every stick on the ground is a gun. Every single one of them. Now, I did get in trouble
Oh, no.
for I think we had a stock. It was just a raw rifle stock, no gun. It was just
Yep.
the wood. And I was pointing it at my sister. Dude, I had to write lines.
Oh, really?
I will not point guns at people. I will not point guns at people. I will not point guns at people.
Did you do the little trick that you draw a straight line all the way down the page and go?
Oh, totally. You go,
Yep.
I. Those are all eyes.
All done.
I may have had to write lines a lot when I was younger, like a lot.
Oh, yeah.
Ryan keeps making
Yeah.
friends with everyone in class. He will not stop talking.
Oh, well.
Parent-teacher conferences were weird.
So what happened to the Block 19? Well,
Block
they have
19.
taken it down. They're not offering it because Lego actually reached out to them and said, please stop.
Stop doing that.
Well, probably a little bit more forcefully than that.
They lawyered up.
And Glock has actually since come out and distanced themselves
Glock
from
has
it.
said something about this?
They distanced themselves away from it. Says, please not with our guns. Which, I mean, guys are going to modify their guns.
You're allowed to make your gun red and blue and yellow.
So
whatever.
To me, it's education starts at the home front. If you're not doing your part to educate your kids about guns, that's when accidents happen. When they start taking school programs, gun safety programs out of schools,
yeah,
gonna happen.
Right.
Because it's a mystery, and we want to keep them away. And what do we want to do?
Educate our kids.
We want to educate. We want to say hey, this is how you control guns.
Well, it's like saying, let's not teach them about, looking both ways to cross the street because we don't want to have to tell them that sometimes people get hit by cars and killed. That'd be horrible. That'd scar them. We don't want to teach them how to swim because then we'd have to talk about you could drown. That's why you have to learn how to swim. I feel like I'm about to be on a tangent.
Do it. Go. We've got some good comments
All right,
in. We got some good ones. Boyd says, want to watch a fun argument, devolve gun groups on the internet into foaming at the mouth, get them arguing about the rules of gun safety, specifically pointing guns with toy, water, or Nerf guns.
I was going to bring this up. There's Boyd Bowers of that?
Yeah.
Boyd, I was going to say this. It was this is one that people will look at me funny, but I'm kind of okay, squirt guns, Nerf guns. The problem is, in my house, there's a lot of real guns. So we don't have squirt gun wars and Nerf gun wars with each other. I know a bunch of gun guys will be like, that's stupid, that's a toy gun. I know, but it's kind of hard to go, don't point guns at people, but here's a bunch of guns and we're going to point them at each other.
Yeah.
And some of the guns I have that are real guns are blue and green and all kinds of colors.
Now, Texas Huntsman, thank you. Hey, by the way, if you don't agree
This
with
is a good discussion.
if
I
you
don't
do
even
not-
know what the right answer is a little bit.
If you don't
I'm
agree with
torn.
us, please say it. We will read those. And this is Texas Huntsman says, I'm not a fan of this kind of thing personally. No issue with toy guns, but as Tom always says, the public perception of us matters, and this is a bad look. I appreciate that comment. That's a well-formed thought.
Well, to me, that's on the same lines, is when people started bringing out shooting targets of presidents. I don't like Barack Obama, and here's a shooting target or something. I'm like, no, dude, no. Bad look. Really, you're losing the hearts and minds of the general public on that stuff. It's just it's in poor taste. Well, they said they did post that. Posted Glock's announcement. Glock has recently become aware of a Block 19, a customized Glock pistol by Culper Precision. And Glock says, by covering the exterior of the pistol in materials that mimic toy Lego blocks. This is going to be really long. Glock has no involvement in the design or sale of the Block 19, nor do they endorse it, the customization of its pistols. Specifically a pistol that has been customized to look like a toy.
Wait, they said they don't really want their guns to be customized because it's Glock perfection.
It's already perfect.
Right.
It's Austrian engineer.
This
is what they would say. This is not Ryan.
However,
it's
however,
Glock perfection.
However, what is the #1 gun for accessories? Like that have the most. What if you're an accessory company and you're coming out with something? What are you going to make it with first?
The very first, which model you're making it for? I'll give you a hint. It rhymes with Block 19. Okay. I have a new pistol trigger. Guess what it's for?
Why?
I have a new holster, new set of sights.
Why is that?
Why is that? Because they sell a lot of them.
Yeah.
There's a lot of them out there. That's one reason. So yeah, this is an interesting one. What do you think? Squirt guns, Nerf guns, shooting at each other? Well, that's what they're designed for. They're just toys. They're fun.
Hey, Boyd has he has this.
Yeah.
He says we have that. He says, okay, well, let me get to Jeeper Gym 5. Nothing wrong with the Nerf guns and such. Is a good training technique. Just have to keep them separate, even in resemblance. That's fair. And then we have the conversation. My wife is very don't shoot Nerf guns at each other, and I'm like, I will win the Nerf fight, but don't dare play with the real ones. I think that's part of this home education.
It's good that you're, at least thinking about it, right? Of going, okay, how do we need to handle this?
But so on the squirt gun wars, like when you're in the pool or something like that, the ones that just, I mean, it doesn't look like a gun.
It's not a gun.
Just go with those.
It's a little tube.
To keep it, I mean, it's just a tube.
They're better anyway. Those are awesome.
Yeah. They hold a ton of water, and they work all the time.
David Workman, my son is so trigger disciplined that he won't put his finger on the Nerf trigger or point it until he's ready to shoot. This makes him a better real gun shooter. Okay.
But
finger straight.
But look at this. You can teach the exact same principles that we want to instill in our kids and our youth with Nerf guns, exactly like that.
It's also a great way. It's an entry point if they're like, hey, this is fun. Nerf guns, squirt guns, water guns, whatever. That's a good entry point and to go, hey, you could shoot real guns. But if every time you pick up a Nerf gun, your finger goes in the trigger, you're building muscle memory there.
Yeah,
You pick up a Nerf pistol and you finger on the trigger, you're building muscle memory, which is the wrong muscle memory.
That's a good point. And it's something that a lot of people don't think about. They're like, oh, they're just shooting like toy guns. Well, no, let's groove good habits.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. Okay, so that's something that's in the news this week.
And it sparks a lot of good conversations. Whether you like it or not, that's a conversation that we need to have. And man, I think everybody universally agrees that education should start in the home with the parents having an honest conversation about guns.
Well, also, honestly, when you mentioned the whole, gun safety in schools thing, to me, it's like, well, we don't have any guns in our house. Well, do your kids' friends have any guns in their house? Do you know?
Right.
Are they locked up? Because your kid's going to other people's house eventually.
Mm-hmm.
It's just like swimming. I always come back to that. Wouldn't you want to have gun safety training? And if you're maybe an adult, wouldn't you like to know how to load and unload and shoot a gun? Even if you're like, I have no interest in that. Why wouldn't you want to know that? Otherwise, you're going to be scared of them all the time.
Yep.
You think they're going to jump off the table and start shooting things. I mean, it's crazy.
You're right.
So I have a confession to make. You were making your confession about I have just a confession and
did you have to
throw
pay
it out there.
Stupid tax?
No, not on this
okay.
one. This has just been busy, but this week I have not contacted my representatives about David Chipman.
I did.
I didn't do it
yesterday,
this week yet.
And
this day will not end before I reach out. It's still out there, guys. This is a guy who worked for the gun ban groups, and Biden wants to put him as the head of the ATF. This is, it's amazing. It's atrocious. It has not gone away. They've kind of tabled it. They're worrying about Cuba or Delta variant or whatever the hell they can distract everyone with. It's still there. You guys we have like 100,000 comments, which is crazy. I mean, we have several million hardcore gun enthusiasts out there that need to be reaching out, and you need to be reaching out weekly because this is razor thin. We are like 50-50, and Kamala Harris gets to issue the tie vote, okay? So there are some people, if you were in West Virginia, Joe Manchin, you need to reach out to Joe Manchin.
If you're not in West Virginia.
Alaska, I can't remember the representative's name, but there's an Alaskan rep that is kind of on the fence, should be on our side. So they need to hear from you guys. You need to reach out.
And if just because they're not yours doesn't mean they won't listen.
And you can do it online if you Google it, contact me, or you can actually also just call the switchboard at the Capitol and go, I don't know anything. I'm from Texas. This is where I live. They're like, oh, okay, we'll forward you.
Yeah.
Right into their office, and you can talk to an aide there. So that has to happen.
Yep.
That's my little confession time.
Good.
Yeah.
Well, again, I hope people are learning from my mistake, your just busyness.
Busy. I was busy. I have a job. Well, I do too.
Yeah.
Let's go freaking do it.
But I actually did that yesterday morning because here in Louisiana, the governor, he said, no constitutional carry. Nope. SB 118.
I think the gov is he's seen his career as a governor ending, and he needs to pick a side, and he's picked. I'm going to go the Democrat side, and I'll be a lobbyist or an advisor or some crap like that.
So I spent
my theory.
I spent 15 minutes of my morning just reaching out to these people. Just, hey, touching base. And you know what?
You got yourself like a big old energy drink all fired
Here
up.
we go. Let's get it.
He's angry banging on the keyboard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They can't read it, but I just bang. But no, you'd be surprised how many honest responses you get. Our Representative Nelson here in the city of Mandeville, he reached out to me. He says, you can count on it.
Cool.
I was like, yes.
It's
my man.
Because we all like, oh, politicians. But it's kind of cool when they reach out and they're like, I'm totally on board.
Yep.
I got your back.
Yeah.
And even if you knew, like, well,
an aide probably wrote
they're not on the fence. They're not one of them that's on the fence. It's still good to remind them that I'm out here, 100%. I care, and I'm watching you.
Yeah.
First person offender.
First person offender. We're going to get into this. We had our super viewer, and we've had a couple of them on, Luke Capria down, and I'm going to tell you right now, his is going to be one of the episodes that you watch and go, oh my gosh, that was intense, and it can happen just like that. And he
pulled from a real headline
down here in the South, and he did. You know what? We go through these scenarios and we kind of look and kind of go, well, I think he'll do this, or he may do this, and you know what? The first scenario, man, people kind of will waver, but man, he got himself in a good shooting position. You know, it was a tough situation.
Don't give it away.
I'm not going to give it away.
So we had Taylor on, and then we had the parking garage. Alan.
Ooh.
Yeah. So parking garage. We're all worried about parking garage. We got a good one on this one too.
And it's funny because Taylor was able to stay a day over and kind of watch the parking garage and low light scenarios. Not many people run those, and he was saying, "Oh my gosh,
he actually carries a flashlight, and he carries a weapon-mounted light, which most people do not on their carry gun, but he hasn't really trained with it and practiced with it and figure out what he's going to do." I don't want to give away what he did or did not do on this.
I want to dive in and
but you're gonna
dissect it.
Everyone's gonna watch it, and everyone's gonna have a comment when you guys see this one.
Joshua Clemens asked, when is the next FPD episode dropping?
This weekend, right?
Saturday or Sunday?
Yeah, this weekend.
Self-defense Sundays.
Self-defense Sunday. We just made it a thing.
So you guys can get on kind of our schedule. What we've been doing is, so this Sunday an FPD episode will drop. Next Sunday will be more of a tip, kind of a bonus
FPD
training
tip.
It's more of like a bonus and training, and then
the
another
next Sunday,
FPD bonus.
So there's a pattern thing.
Every other week this week, but tune in every week because there's a lot of good bonus and training tips in there.
All right. So Did you announce this thing?
Yeah, the
All right.
Rimfire Revolution. Don't forget, this is actually it is a comprehensive look at the world of rimfires and 22 rifles in the modern era by Michael Shea.
And don't forget, go to guntalk.com/win. You're entered to win 2 grand prize winners. Rock Island Armory STK 100.
Ammo.
A case of ammo with each one, so you can actually shoot it. How about that?
Yeah, that's always fun.
That's it for us. We'll see you next time on Gun Talk Live.
Thanks for watching Gun Talk Live. For more great gun content, subscribe to our YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter pages. You can always watch the Gun Talk channels on Roku, Apple TV, and Amazon. And of course, you can always find us at guntalk.com. Thanks for watching. Thanks for watching Gun Talk.